Welcome to our deep dive. We find surprising lessons in, well, unexpected places. Today, cartel economies.
Yeah, we're looking at the money lessons from cartel economies. Dark markets, bright profits, narration.
And our goal is to pull out some business insights, things you might actually be able to use, ethically, of course.
It sounds strange studying illegal groups, but the source makes a good point. Strip away the usual rules, and you see raw economic principles, sometimes quite clearly.
Okay, let's get into it. First up, demand. The source mentions how cartels are, frankly, amazing at moving product because customers are so loyal.
It's really about how well they know their market. I mean, really know it. Not just the product, but the territory, the pricing nuances, the psychology behind it all.
They seem to have this, like, almost intimate connection with their customer base.
Exactly.
And the lesson there for, any regular business, it's that level of focus. Not the methods, obviously, but knowing your customer that deeply.
Beyond just the surface level stuff, understanding their world. That's how you build real loyalty.
Right. Let's switch gears slightly. Logistics. The source talks about these super complex international supply chains they run.
Yeah, and often without the kind of corporate setup you'd expect. Think about it. Getting something from, say, a remote field across several countries.
It's kind of mind-boggling the efficiency they achieve under, well, extreme difficulty. So the takeaway for us, for you, is just how vital good logistics are. Supply chain management matters, period. Big or small business.
Absolutely. If they can pull it off like that, it really hammers home how critical it is for everyone else.
Okay, what about diversification? The narration mentions investments in things way outside their main product line. Avocados, real estate, gold, crypto.
It's smart, really. They know relying on just one thing is way too risky, especially in their line of work.
Makes sense. Markets change. Crackdowns happen.
So it poses a question for you listening. Are your finances, your investments, diversified enough? They operate in chaos, so they have to spread the risk. It's about survival, long-term stability.
Now, here's one that might seem counterintuitive. Marketing. Or maybe loyalty building. The source points to how they engage with communities.
Right, like funding local building projects, sponsoring festivals, even providing food sometimes.
It's not just about the sale, then.
No, it's more about building, let's call it relationship capital, creating goodwill, a sense of connection in the areas they operate.
Which, for a legitimate business, really highlights how giving genuine value, great service, builds that deep loyalty, often better than just plain advertising.
Definitely. It's a different kind of investment. Okay, another huge one, risk assessment.
They have to be constantly calculating odds, right? The potential profit versus the very serious costs if things go wrong.
It forces a kind of intense discipline in decision-making. You have to weigh those downsides constantly.
So the lesson is pretty straightforward. Really assess your risks. Understand the potential costs before you jump into something big in your own business or finances.
Meticulously. And finally, let's touch on how money moves. The source notes something interesting, that even this illicit money, once it's spent locally on building things, hiring people, it can actually, stimulate the local economy.
Because money needs to circulate, right? That's the basic idea. Stagnant money doesn't do much.
Exactly. It has to flow to keep its value and drive activity. It underlines a core financial truth. Cash flow and reinvestment are key. Keep the capital moving.
So wrapping this up, looking at these cartel economies, we see these core principles shining through, don't we?
Yeah. Know your market deeply. Diversify your income. Build loyalty through real value. Assess risks rigorously. Keep money flowing.
The big takeaway seems to be that useful strategies can pop up anywhere, even from, dark markets. Studying these raw economic forces can give legitimate businesses some perhaps surprising ideas.
For building success, resilience. Ethically applied, of course.
So here's a final thought for you to chew on. Take these principles, strip away the illegal context completely. How could you adapt some of this unconventional thinking ethically to strengthen your own business, your own financial future? What could you learn?